Good morning, everyone. It is Monday morning for sure. It feels like a Monday morning. I'm having trouble getting stuff together, but I did get a new uh, Wi-Fi 6 adapter delivered overnight. I had some issues with some frames dropping out yesterday, so my upload is showing good this morning. That's for sure. So we shouldn't have any of those issues. I'm hoping some people join so I can test the Skype calls and see if I can get people added. I'm sure if I talk long enough, people will join eventually. So, just like every morning, we're going to start with showing what I had in my pocket last night. That was in my front pocket for the second night in a row. And that was in my back pocket for the second night in a row. That's very odd, and if you know me, you'll get to know me. It takes a knife being really, really good for me to want to carry it 2 days in a row. So, um, anyway, this is a Lamifshi knife. You can search those two terms on AliExpress and you will find this knife. This is a Jufule, Jufule knife. If you type that on AliExpress in a couple of weeks, you will find that. His store happens to be closed down at the moment. Um, I've had so much fun playing with this one. Other people were talking about having some grittiness to theirs. Um, the only thing I don't like about this model of knife, and this has nothing to do with this one, but just the Severn in general, is the fact that this shark lock sits flat almost with the scales. I mean, I know it says hidden, but you have to really use your fingernail to get in there. You can use the fat of your finger down between the blades, I mean, down between the scales, but mine doesn't work too good. So I just use the crossbar. It's magnetic crossbar for those of you that don't know. Sure most people viewing here will know that. Mondays. I wonder what everybody else is carrying today. What do you carry on Mondays? So yesterday's video we talked about a cool feature I found on this one, which was a removable flipper. For those of us who don't like the aesthetic looks of a flipper tab, it really fixes things when you can remove it. And this one has a place. It's curved. And the bottom of this is curved also. It's got a little curve in it. So it fits in and it registers and it locates itself to where it won't spin. And then it's got uh, this little bolt here. And this bolt is kind of like a set screw. It goes down and sits flush. They made a pocket for the screw to go down, so when it's in there, it is actually pretty much flush with the. Yep, they did a countersink. They could have gone maybe 1 millimeter deeper and it would have been better, but I guess they wanted people to be able to see it. But it doesn't look bad at all. In fact, I had the knife for a week before I even noticed it, which was kind of annoying. So that one was sitting over there. And then I thought this morning we would talk about some green thorns and what you think about green thorn. You like his work? Do you not know who he is? Um, a lot of these knives, including this one, all these right here are all green thorn. These three are not green thorn, but they are his style of knife. So these three are um replicas of Shirogorov knives. Um, and Green Thorn seems to focus on a lot of Shirogorov knives. So this one is also, this is a Green Thorn Shirogorov. So yeah, um, I really do like his work. This is a Green Thorn. Let's see here. This is a Green Thorn. This is a Green Thorn. That's a big boy. This is one of my newer Green Thorns. This so far is one of my favorite Green Thorns. Felt like I was bleeding for some reason. Oh, weird. Just had a place on my arm that felt like it was bleeding, but it definitely wasn't. Then we got one more Green Thorn. I think, I think I might have a couple of more. I don't know exactly where those are. I've got too many knives. Um, if you've got any questions about any of these knives you see, or questions in general, my email is bladealchemy the number four, the letter U at gmail.com. Bladealchemy4u at gmail.com. Uh, you're welcome to ask me any question about anything you could ever think of regarding knives, whether it's something I've talked about or haven't talked about, something I know about or something I don't know about. I will do my best to, if I don't know about it, do some research and help you figure it out. And if I do know about it, then I will make sure to answer your question quickly. So yeah, bladealchemy4u at gmail.com. Um, all one thing about all these this style knife, for some reason the tolerances make it a super smooth knife. And that's the thing about Green Thorn is his tolerances are super good, and all his knives have just some of the most butter action that you will ever see in a knife. And that's why a lot of people get hooked on Green Thorn because of his just drop shut, perfect action. I mean, you get that blade started and it just continues to close. No shaking needed. Um, the heavier ones, they just go by themselves, just a little wiggle. Got some oil on that one. Uh, good morning, whoever just joined. Maybe it's somebody I know. How's your Monday going so far? Kind of knife you carrying? We're talking about some green thorns at the moment. Uh, this knife is super light. I was actually curious as to what it weighed, and no better time than the present to find out, huh? Let's see what this knife weighs. So in ounces, looks like it weighs 3.47. And for a knife with nearly, heck, I don't know how long actually this is. My ruler seems to have disappeared. All right, we got one. Um, for a knife with a 4-inch blade to be 3.47 ounces, that's, you can tell that I think it's pretty light. Um, for instance, this one beside it here is 4.11, and it's a little bit smaller. 5 ouncer. A little over 5 ounces for the big boy. Less than. So this one, 3.6. Huh. That's interesting. 3.64 on that one. What was it? 3.47 on that one. So that one's lighter than. That one must have a lot of internal milling going on. Man, the action on these knives is just smooth, though. It's just something special. And the orientation on all these flipper tabs really helps. Flick that blade out there quickly. So we will leave those on the screen for a second while I talk about something else I wanted to talk about. And that was, if people haven't heard of skiff bearings, skiff bearings are caged ceramic bearings. They're super high quality. They don't necessarily improve the action on some knives that already have nice bearings in them, but they are way more reliable bearings, being that they're fully caged. They won't get dirty as quick, and they're just sturdier bearings all around. You can buy other besides name brand skiff ones that are basically the same thing. In fact, one of the reasons I love this knife so much is because inside it came with caged bearings that look almost exactly like these skiffs, and that give it just a really smooth action. Well, Skiff Bearings has a bearing compatibility chart on their website, and these range in price. They're $13 a pair, up to maybe a little more, $14, $15 a pair, depending on what size they are. But when they sent those to me, they included uh, this in there, which I don't know. This is a new place, I guess, to sell used knives. Um, Knife makers and enthusiasts. Drop Point, I guess, is the Drop Point. So I'm going to give them a little free advertisement for whoever that is. Maybe you can go back and pause that QR code and see what they're talking about there. The light's a little glary, but hopefully that's focused enough for you. And then the other card they had was the one I was really interested in. And they have brought back their Bearing Bounty program. So this is something I'm going to do with the two sets that I got, is I am going to go through all my nice knives, and I'm going to find all the ones that aren't on the list so far, and I'm going to see if these bearings fit. And if you send them, let's see if we can read that. We're excited to announce the relaunch of the Skiff Workshop Bearing Bounty Program. This initiative is designed to enhance our compatibility database and reward you for your contributions. Here's how it works. You can earn $5 in store credit for each valid bearing and knife compatibility match you report. Your contributions will help us expand our compatibility sheet, making it an even more valuable resource for the entire knife community. Ready to participate? Go here. So the fact that these are, if you can give them 3 knives, you can get a free set of bearings that they don't have on their list, and they don't have that many on their list right now. So I want all my viewers or anybody that sees this, it came from me, go submit it and then tell them where you heard about it. Maybe we can get sponsored by Skiff. We'll get Skiffs and all the all the new knives. No, I don't care about sponsorships. I just want y'all to help out the community. But it would be cool if you let them know where you saw it. Might get my name out there a little. Any help is good help. Any publicity is good publicity. So yes, Green Thorn. He's a pretty well known Chinese maker. Well, I don't really call him a maker. I call him more of a designer. Uh, he he's got a team evidently that's pretty good with CNC software and uh, CAD programs. Um, yeah. So anyway, if you haven't heard of Green Thorn, go check them out. They can be found on AliExpress or just on your good old Google's machine. Uh, just type Green Thorn knife, and I'm sure that will come up. I am going to put some of these up, and we will move on to the next thing. I was hoping I would get some people to try the call, but that will come in due time. Got to have more people here and knowing about us. Only been going about a week and a half. I'm going to try to continue pretty steady. Um, Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop over here to Firefox. We're going to go check out maybe a couple of places that I was just talking about. Uh, Skiff Workshop. Skiff actually designed and made some of their own knives, I believe. We will check that out. They also have thick washers that if you want to replace a knife that has bearings with washers for durability and for dirt and stuff, they have thick ones that will fit in the place of bearings, which is really cool instead of having to stack them. That gets a little iffy. So this is their website. They have a bunch of different sizes for all kinds of knives. Um, Up here at the top, of course, you see they got a thing for their bearing bounty and their bearing compatibility. So I wondered why it was growing so fast the last couple of weeks, and that's because they've evidently got this bounty thing going again, and that makes a lot of knives pop up now that didn't before. Um, I'm kind of curious how they're going to vet the fact that these fit all these knives because some people will say, "Oh yeah, that fits perfect," when there's a little bit of slop in it. Um, I'm sure at some point they will have to go through and vet. Wow, look at the Amazon people stepping up with the Civivis and the CJRBs. Custom Knife Factory. Uh, we're just in the letter D here. So yeah, you can go down through here and there's a knife we talked about the other day. There's the Golden Design Works Standard. I figured a lot of what is the Golden Design Works caliber? Okay, that's their button lock. That's a pretty knife. I like their milling on the scales. Uh, Knurled or fluted? Let's see if we can see the. Okay, we got the fluted and the knurled. I like the fluted as well. Um, I like how they offer their knives in two patterns and two colors. They do that with all of them. Better button lock. Pre-order. Wow, they're pricey. And they were pricey. This pre-order is probably sold out. I mean, happened already. Let's see. Sky with the fluted. Smoke with the fluted looks pretty nice. Uh, this is a pre-order. May of 2024. Man, these knife people that open a company and sell a few knives and then disappear really need to update their sites. Um, I will show y'all once again how I go about finding knives, and that is on Reddit. If you want to know the best secondary or one of the best places for secondary knife purchases is Knife Swap. And Knife Swap right here. So you can go to Knife Swap and you can search for caliber, and we will see 7 months ago. Let's sort by newest. That's how I usually sort. Christmas special sold Golden Design Works caliber 315 like new in box. So the price was 350. You could get one for 315. I think you can probably do better than that. Let's go down through here and look at a couple more. See what this one sold for 4 months ago. 340. So still pretty fresh, evidently. They must have just come out, but if Knife Swap is super geared towards the buyer to protect them, and if you don't get the knife that you were supposed to get after sending your money, the seller definitely has the responsibility to repay you. And they have a flare system that lets you know how many sales this person has, and that's how they keep up with. That's how you build your reputation. So yeah, we're talking about skiffs, and then one more thing: greenthorn knife, greenthorn knives. There you go. There's a link to how you would find some of them. Let's go check out. Wow, I can't type today. Chicago. Oh my goodness, this keyboard is terrible. Let's see what we have on sale this morning. We go back and check if anybody's in the chat yet. No. All right. Let's see. 900 brands. I wanted to go here on massive discounts. Let's see. Let's sort by price high to low. Yeah, I knew they wouldn't be outrageous since they're the ones on sale. See what they got good deals on here that I might be interested in, or y'all might be interested in. I could zoom up a little bit so y'all could see better. Okay, go away. All right, some ballast songs. Let's see what else they got down here. Bunch of Bear Ops knives. Oh, maybe that was a Bear Ops ad. Yep, sure it was. Let's see, let's go to bargain knives. That's where I meant to go. Thought that's where I was going. High to low. We only want frame locks, folder, liner locks, lockbacks, and high to low. Hello? What happened there? When I added one, I don't know what happened. Let's go with folder. let's go with frame locks and liner locks for now. All right, so I love how their search is working. How are these knives? That's pretty cheap. Let's go to page 30 and see if they get. That bargain really was bargain. All right, so that's not where we wanted to go either. I don't know where they're, why am I not seeing just like folding knives, locking knives? Like, it's pretty crazy that they have these sites. Yeah, a lot of these sites are like they're from the 90s. Pretty crazy. I need to update them. Lock types. All right, axis lock. Axis lock. Button locks. I don't want any compression locks. Frame locks. I don't want to see any spider codes today. Frame lock. Liner lock, liner lock. I don't know why they won't let you click more than one thing at a time either. Man, these sites. Give me an option to apply them after I choose all the ones that I want. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. Ridiculous. Plunge lock. We'll go with the plunge lock. What else we got? Radius lock, shark lock, slip, spine lock. That's all right. We'll go here and see what's on sale. High to low. Give us some better knives this time. There we go. Let's go down about. Let's go start at the $400 mark. See where we're at. Page 7. All right, we're getting there. We got the stovepipe, 480. That is a nice looking knife, but I don't like the patterning on the blade. Let's see here. What else we got? Those Hoback Summit. I believe. What is that? Kubi was selling them again. Yeah, the Sumo. They just started. They got back the rights to it. I guess they made it for Hoback back in the day, and I guess that he was charging a lot more, but you can see their price, 270. Um, you can pretty much tell what he was making. But that reminded me of that knife, so I thought I would show it. A little too pricey for me still. I like that right knife right there. I believe that is an integral. Um, let's see, does it say? Yep, it's a integral frame lock, 3.25 M390 blade. Super nice knife. We can all dream. Put it on our bucket list. Let's see what else we got. A lot of y'all fans of the Medfords, the big knives, PMP knives. I like the shape of that subvert just because it doesn't have the big hump. Um, I bet that blade shape is pretty slicey too. And is it a liner lock, I guess, maybe? Not really sure. Ling Ma makes some cool knives. They have a field duty. One of the ones that's on my bucket list. There's the Odino. Got one of those. I don't have that model. the diatomic, sorry. It's a cool looking dagger shaped. There's the Sumo button lock for $389. What was, I mean, that's what that one is. $270. Wow. I don't know why that one's so expensive. That wee Moretto looks a lot like this knife right here. Um, that we were just looking at. Uh, there's, let's see. I gotta go back, man. Being able to click around on some of this stuff is weird sometimes. You gotta know. So, let me see here. Yeah, get it about the same size. There we go. That shape to that shape. Pretty close. Even the top of the blade grind. Uh, yep. Even this point right here on the scales. It's crazy how people just take a knife design and copy it, make it their own. Let's get down in here to the normal people pricing, not the rich people pricing. Some of these Wii prices, I think they should be under $300 or right at $300. $300 is about my cutoff when it comes to production knives. I think they all should be. There's one of those knock crazy knives. NOC or knock makes some pretty wild knives. They're definitely collectors. There's a Bestech Supernova. Mark my word, 2025 is going to be the year of Damascus and Zerkatai, but really Damascus. We're going to have lots of knives coming out with this, and they're going to drop down below $300, even to the $200 line by the end of the year. That's my prediction. Um, I believe it was last year when the copyright ran out on Damascus and they were no longer able to copyright the name. So that's why you're seeing it listed in a lot of knives this year in the last half of 2024. It did have a copyright for a while, but you know, they can't keep that forever on something if they don't renew it or something. I don't know the exact laws, but there's another Hoback, the one Sam. Bestech makes some great knives. I had a guy on Reddit the other day trying to argue with me about Bestech being an OEM. He said that they were just a middleman, that they weren't an OEM, and I was like, no, Bestech is an OEM. So I went to the Bestech website, uh, which didn't take long at all to prove to him. And when you go to Bestech, one of the first things they have on their page, uh, down here at the bottom, it's on the main page. It says, the Bestech Knives team would like to thank you, all of our fans, for your interest. Bestech is a team of professional machinists, artists, and designers from around the world. Bestech have provided quality OEM manufacturing services for a global market for the past decade. Bestech lineup, it says they get the professional designers and they select the materials. It says Bestech Knives utilize the skills of highly trained expert machinists and technicians in a continuous design and well-controlled manufacturing process. Our team meticulously operate and maintain state-of-the-art CNC grinding machines, CNC carving machines, stamping machines, wire cutting machines, laser cutting machines, anodizing coating machines, and sand belt machines. He was saying that some of the satin grinds that they put on some knives, they don't really do. And I was like, subcontracting out is part of work. Like if you make lots of parts of a knife and somebody else does sanding a little better than you do and they're down the street that you can send it to, that's still, you're still making the knife. You're still an OEM. Just because you subcontract out one little part of it doesn't mean you didn't make the knife. Um, that's like saying some kind of custom designer that made a knife that had somebody else do a sharpen it for him didn't really make the knife. Like that's stupid. But anyway, Best Tech. Back to Best Tech and idiots on Reddit. Um, I like that basilisk. I've been wanting one of those for a while. I believe it's on my list. I will have to find one on the secondary market. I just don't like paying over 300. There's another cool Best Tech, but they didn't make that. They somebody down the street from them made it or something, I guess. They're really pushing a bunch of Best Techs on this site, which doesn't make me mad. I mean, look at that. Look at the looks of that knife. It's beautiful. I mean, look at the talk about quality OEM, man. That micarta looks great. The blade looks great. All the CNC work, all the milling, 3.75-inch blade. I'm gonna add that one to my cart. Let's see, what else do we have here? The Mini Nitro. There's a Ken Onion design, CRKT. That's an expensive CRKT, huh? There's the Trogon. Um, let's see. There's another. There's more of 2025. Concept has really thrown that in a lot of knives. The Murata. See, look how similar a lot of these knives look. Pretty crazy. Like that's why, like those companies like Nock that make some crazy knife styles. You got to give it to them because they're at least thinking out of the box. I still like that Synergy 2 V2. Lion Steel. Nice. I bet that's got a removable flipper. I don't know what happened just then, but we lost connection. OBS crashed, I believe. Cool thing about YouTube is the fact that it'll pause your stream and you can reconnect to it, and it seems to pick right up where it left off. I hope that's the case. Fuchs, are you still there? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, I know Best Tech. Best Tech is one of my top three. I think Vosteed, Riot, and Best Tech, along with Kunwu and Kubi, are probably my top five. So I don't know why OBS crashed, but at least we're back. Um, yeah, man, we started out the video today talking about green thorn knives and got a bunch of my green thorns laying around. Uh, and this was that's Spy My 2 that we figured out a couple of days ago that it's got had a removable flipper, which is super cool. Uh, makes the lines look so much better on that knife without that flipper tab. Uh, there are people that are thinking that this micarta is not real micarta, and because it doesn't have fibers coming out. Said it's like G10 formed in the shape of micarta, but I don't know that I believe that. I think it's micarta, and I actually kind of like it. Somewhere else that I noticed it, same kind of micarta is on is on these. Um, this is I think that's pretty much the same kind of micarta. And on this one, pretty much the same. I think it probably came pretty close. I mean, they look very similar to me. Um, both of these are cool knives, and all three of these are cool. Some people don't like micarta. I prefer titanium, but a mixture of titanium and micarta is cool. The fact that this one just has it on one side and that whole side is micarta is I don't know, it's a problem for some people. Yeah, green thorn. It's he's very popular uh, and very high quality. He's one of the higher quality replica makers, and he does some excellent milling. Some of his milling work on some of these are just amazing, and his tolerances are just incredible. All his knives just have the smoothest butter action. And he focuses a lot on Shirogorov uh, knives, and that doesn't bother me any. Uh, but yeah, that's where you can find his. If you just type Greenthorn knives, you'll find them. Um, we did some weighing of these a little earlier. Uh, I don't know how long I'm going to go today. I was hoping I could get somebody to help me test this Skype phone call. Uh, doesn't have to be video; it can just be audio. I just wanted to try to bring it in and see if it worked. So I was hoping I'd get somebody to join the chat that could click that link at the top. See if you could join with the audio. Do it on your phone, or I'm sure if you click the link, it'll take you to download Skype on whatever device you're on. Of course, you can sign up with Skype with all your Google or probably your Facebook account or whatever. But I understand some people don't want to be on audio and have other people hear them, and I don't blame them. Uh, got people from all around the world, so who knows? Might not even speak English well, which that's also very fine. I don't know. I think I don't know. It should work. I tested it with myself and I had it working, but couldn't really tell if the audio was coming through correctly. I'm liking this new Insta360 webcam I got. It's made for streaming, and the microphone is across the whole side of it, and it's very good microphone mono, I believe. Yeah, man, that's no problem. Uh, I'm not worried about it. I'll get more people in here as the days progress, and we keep doing them day by day. Uh, I've been having some good videos going over lots of things that I think will be interesting to people. Like one that you missed the other day, I took apart all four different kinds of knives and reassembled them. Uh, Showed people how to do a little maintenance on their knives. That's always important. I'm getting some transitions put in. I don't know if you just saw that slide over when I brought that camera back, but I'm figuring out OBS a little better, how to move around in it and get everything working. Uh, if you look up the prices of some of these knives, you'll understand why Green Thorn is so popular. Because these originals are thousands of dollars, multi thousands of dollars, and he does a great job with what he does. I was talking to a guy this morning about buying a knife from him, and it was a replica knife. And he was like, "What would I be doing with that knife? Why would I have that?" And I was like, because you responded on a post where one was being sold. And he was like, "I don't support intellectual property theft or something." And I was like, man, yeah, I don't either. I don't support that either. But can you tell me where I can go buy that knife? Like, please give me a link to go buy that knife, and I'll go buy it. But they're not for sale any longer. So what do you do then? How is that not just helping the designer by getting his name out there if he's not even selling the knife anymore? Like, are they supposed to become limited edition and you have to like track down one with scratches on it because you don't want to buy one that looks new? Like, I don't get it. I think it's a great opportunity for designers. People design knives and move on to the next knife. As you can see, how many designs we've got here, and they wait a long time until the designer has sold out of all his knives. Um, Greenthorn is very good about not doing that. Um, he, I don't think any of these have it. Um, all the ones he does put the blade steel that he uses, and he uses some good blade steels. He uses real blade steels. Uh, I've got a couple of these that I bought from other sources. I think this one is the only one that has a logo, and this came from somewhere else. Um, and I don't know where it came from. Some of these AliExpress sellers that use proper blade steel are actually showing the receipts now for where they ordered from Bowler of Austria, uh, actual big sheets of M390. And one of the common designers, Jufule, Jufule, he showed an invoice where somebody had bought some Bowler, and I looked at the quantity, and I've got from some inside sources that he uses SRM, uh, Sanrenmu, to produce his knives. So I'm pretty sure that that was their ordering slip because it was like I don't know how many hundreds of pounds the sheet was, but it was hundreds of pounds. Um, but yeah, they are getting actual uh, real steel now. Yeah, clones a bit more gray area. Yeah, I get it. But like I said, if you can't buy a knife, um, none of these have logos, uh, except for this one. Like I said, and I don't necessarily support that either. But none of these have logos, and it's a gray area. I agree. I wasn't going to get into it much on the channel, but it does need to be discussed. I'd like to hear. I've heard that some designers don't get mad about it like others. I don't know. I think it gives an opportunity. I for me at least, it's given me an opportunity to kind of try before you buy, and it's led me to buy knives that I wouldn't have bought just because I realized how nice they felt, and I wanted to support the guy that made it. Like I have no problem supporting a guy that makes a good knife, but I think some of the prices that some of these customs cost, I mean, you just can't ever, you're never going to get your hands on them to see how they, uh, feel about it. I mean, how the knife feels. Sorry, I was reading your comment. It's hard to talk and read comments. Yeah, Medford, but we know what kind of guy Medford is. He's pretty much a douche anyway. Um, in fact, I've realized that a lot of knife company owners are douches. Like, I think that Marfione is a douche also. Anybody that has a museum in his house with a bunch of cases and sits around hand wrapping. I mean, I get it. Like, everybody gets into a hobby, and I'm not trying to hate on dude, but I don't like him. I just don't. And same with Medford. Same with a few other ones. But then there are some that I do like. Like I like the can't remember what Ashford, is it Jordan? I mean Asher. Can't remember what his first name is, but the guy from Asher Knives, he's a super cool guy. and like I said, I try to buy all his knives. Um, I try to support makers that definitely ones that charge a reasonable price. I just have a problem, and I know that if you're hand making knives, then you deserve to be paid for your time and labor. But if it's a production knife, we can see from the quality of the Riots and the Vostides and the Bestecs what is possible from between $300 and $400. And I know that if they can produce and sell them for that, then they'll offer them to you to make some money on them too for around that same price. So taking a knife that can be produced for $400 and charging $800 for it, I mean, can be produced for $400 with a nice profit, and then charging $800 or $900 for it. I just don't think it's right, and I think that knife guys get taken advantage of because of how good guys they are, and they want to support people, but they get caught up in the fad, and they just got to have the knives. And I think designers take advantage of that when they don't necessarily have to. Um, and I don't think it makes that knife necessarily any more desirable, but I mean, like I don't know, like, and I don't want to name any names, but y'all know some of the most popular knives nowadays that people have four and five and six different versions of that are around the $800 to $1,000 mark could be produced with a profit uh, for half that. So I don't know. It is a gray area. I get it. How's it going? Knives are life. Good morning. Happy Monday morning. You don't have the ability to test out Skype, do you? Just with some audio, or click that link up there and let me add you and see if the audio works. You weren't really raging. You were just mentioning the fact that Medford doesn't like China. I don't know. Like, I look at replicas and copies to kind of like I look like all these off-brand stuff like Kroger. We have Kroger grocery stores where I live, and they sell everything that used to be name brand, all the cereals that they copy, all the chips that they copy, uh, all that stuff. What's so different about that? You're buying a fake Cheeto. Uh, well, thank you, Knives Are Life. It's all good. I appreciate it. Uh, I can't tell. I couldn't tell you if I was getting a call, or I wonder if we would hear a tone. I guess I would. Oh, I need to put some more of these up. I don't know. I think it puts the knives in the hands of people. And like I said, if, uh, if it leads me to buying the real thing, then I think it was a plus. And I don't think if I'm unable to buy the real thing, then it's not taking money out of his pocket because I wouldn't have ever bought one anyway. So I don't know. It's a gray area, and you can't have any ideas on it without having the wrong one, I guess. You can't justify it for one thing and not for another. And so I just try to be respectful of people that have put in hours, and people are due their labor cost, and their time. So if I like a knife, I got plenty of real knives, and I'm not just one of those person that just buys replicas and copies. There are a few knives that I would never buy that I have been able to kind of get a little bit of an idea of how they feel, uh, that I wouldn't have had that chance. And so I guess I'm thankful for that. And so at the same time, um, you can't be thankful for something. And I don't know. It's a topic I'd rather not really get into much on this channel. But man, I'll tell you what, Um, those Chinese people, with shoes and everything, they can copy everything. They got it down pat, and I'm convinced that some of these knives that they're copying, they're getting the actual CNC files for those knives, and the same programs because they're getting some stuff going on that they're getting too good a quality, and the fact that they're using real knife steels and real materials is getting pretty crazy too. Um, anyway, I'm been on here for about an hour this morning. Oh, good morning, Sever Seven. Sever? Is that a Sever Seven? Uh, I like that name. Pretty cool. Gents. Let's see. Are you in the UK? No, you didn't just wake up unless it's the afternoon. Uh, Gents is a cool word. Man, there's a lot of cool people in the knife community. I'll tell you that. A lot of super cool people, man. I have a bunch of stand-up guys. I guess once you get into the knife hobby, um, I don't know. I mean, I can't say this about everybody, but you got to have a little bit of stability, I guess. Uh, yes, you're in the UK. No, he's in Missouri. Yeah, I didn't think so. Uh, and I've been flipping this knife all night long. Uh, that shark lock on the back, super nice. I need to get some more spider codes. Um, I got the ones that I liked, for the most part. What was that noise? What in the world was that noise? It sounded like somebody joined a call. Fook.
All right, I'm testing it out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let's see.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, now let me see if I can get you added to the stream. This is just me and you on the Skype call at the moment. So let me see if I can add the NDI source and then go to Aber. Is that okay? That would be you probably. Uh, is that you?
I don't know what
Answer.
comes.
Hold on just a second. I'm answering another call.
I downloaded it for you, sir. Does it work?
Oh yeah,
How's
it
it like?
sounds like it's working. Give me just a second. Trying to get everybody added. Uh, Fuchs, are you still here? How do I tell who's in the call?
This is Knives Alive, sir.
Yeah. No, I got you. Fuchs was just on. Fuchs downloaded it too to try it out, and evidently I might have hung up on him in order to answer you. So,
All right, just wanted to make sure it worked for you, sir. Have a good
yeah,
day.
can you hold on just a moment while I try to get it added to the stream and see
Sure.
if, yeah, give me just a second. Hold on. I've got you on Skype, but I haven't actually added it to the stream yet. So let me see if I can get that added. Uh, Live. There we go. Um, it shows a S, but it's not showing your logo. Weird.
I don't have a logo on it. I just have a BD. I just put it on. It
Oh,
just says
okay. Well, it's
BD
still,
down below.
yeah, it's not. It's not even showing that. It's just showing the Skype logo. Hold on. Let
All
me
right.
try one more thing real quick.
Yes, sir.
I'll have to. I'll have to. You don't have to call me sir. I appreciate it, but let's see what this does. Yeah, that's not working. I'm gonna have to do some more testing offline. I appreciate you helping me test it though, man. Maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll get it figured out and we can all get on
Yeah,
here and talk.
you can call me anytime. I'll help you with it if you need some.
Okay, cool, man. I appreciate the help.
All right.
I
Have
guess
a great day,
I'll
sir.
catch you. All right, you too. Bye.
Thank you.
Um, I don't know. Wow. You could hear us? Sorry, I was trying to type. You could hear us on the stream. Uh, what just happened there? Did I just, man, I swear, like, OBS is a little bit glitchy. Uh, like, where did my camera go? I don't know.
Oh, you can hear me now. Yep. Can you hear me? Yeah. So I think it was just putting us on separate calls. So you basically put me on hold when you were talking to Knives instead of having us on a chat. All I see is the Skype logo right now. Yeah. Oh, yep. I don't see my logo, but I see the Skype logo. So at least you're branding for my. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Represents a little great personality. Well, now you're going to make me do it on command. I'm shy. I'm just joking. Hey, Nick Martino, can you hear me? This is Fook. Now, Blade Alchemy, are you using a headset or are you speaking into a mic with speakers? I'll have right back. I've got a phone call coming in.
What's going on with the microphone? Is my microphone coming through? Can you hear me? Can somebody in the chat let me know if you hear me? I think I just had the microphone off, but like I think it was coming through, but I didn't have it actually on. Showing me that it was coming through. Yeah, I think the audio is working fine. Just could anybody hear Fuchs? That's the question. Uh, can anyone hear me? You couldn't hear me before, Nick? Okay. Uh, yeah, so I think, okay. Thanks, Nick. I'll have to do some more testing offline to get it to work. I think I think it's, yeah, I don't know what he was using. I've got an earbud in, cause I knew that if I played the sound, through my speakers, then whenever they talked, it would feed back in the microphone, feedback loop and all that. So all the audio is coming through, from my computer is coming through my headset. So should be good. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the audio coming from Skype. Like I said, I'll have to check that when I'm not online, but we'll get it figured out. Give me a 5x5. What does anybody know where that started? Like I hear a bunch of idiots say that. Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me okay. Yeah, I'm liking the new microphone on this Insta 360. I got a new webcam so I can keep my phone and do some other shots. Pretty cool. I got there's this program called let's see, what is it called? IV Cam. It's called IV Cam. And what it allows you to do, why is it not even showing up? Oh, I didn't install it on this computer. What it allows you to do is I'll show you. Well, it's a super cool program if you haven't heard of it. Um, it's called IV Cam though. And what it is it lets you use your mobile phone as a PC webcam. So I was like, man, webcams kind of suck. You know, they've always kind of sucked. Like they haven't been as good. And I was like, I've got an S24 Ultra. So why, you know, a lot of people just stream from their phones because of how good the cameras are getting nowadays. And I was thinking the same thing. So I looked up software that allowed you to, whoops, I closed it accidentally. That lets you use your cell phone as a webcam. And I found this IV cam and it totally works. So what it allows me to do is before I was using it completely to do the streaming and OBS just thought my phone was the webcam. Like it didn't know any different. So what's cool about it, yeah, action cams are pretty good. But this IV cam, let me see if it's working. Okay, where you at, IV cam? I think I installed it, but I didn't run it, or maybe I did. Let's see. Man, this keyboard sucks, by the way, the one I've got laying here. Don't ever buy one. I moved over to yeah, StreamYard is just basically OBS with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, there we go. Now my phone's connected, but check out what's cool with this is I can add a new source, add a video capture device. This is my cell phone, and this is this. This is this. Oh, yeah. So it lets me take my cell phone and use it as a webcam. So the other day, what I had it set up like this. Hold on just a second. I'll get it set up again. I had it set up like this when I was working on something, and I had it up in the corner to where when I was working on a knife, you could see the close up. And it actually worked really good as far as the close ups and everything. And I was able to show two different angles because when my hands got in the way when I was trying to do when I was working on taking apart knives here. Yeah, for people that aren't a tech guy, StreamYard and Streamlabs are awesome because they're basically just OBS, but they have all the stuff preloaded in there to where you just kind of do it. But OBS is more open source to where if you know what you're doing, you can add a bunch. Fuchs, man, I appreciate you more than you know for helping me test that Skype. I'm going to get it figured out today off air, and next time you call, your cool logo is going to pop up, and people are going to hear your cool audio also. And yeah, man, I really appreciate you stopping in. I hope you come back. I might start doing the broadcast at 9 because it seems a little better time for people. I get home by 8 every morning, so I just kind of wanted to do it as soon as I got home, so I wouldn't have to stay up all day. But I work nights, but it works. However, Nick, I really appreciate you being here too, man. Um, but yeah, having the ability to take this camera now, you can see my phone over here. That's cool. It's in the shot, but I can take this anywhere now, like out to my garage, and we can do some, like, go to my tools, go to the vibratory tumbler, or go out to my drill press and put holes in knives, or but we can do it remotely. I can have a camera somewhere else. Uh, Slicey dicey days. Nice, man. I appreciate y'all guys that support the knife community and uh, are on board with uh, every day, supporting people and going in their live videos. And yeah, man, it's super cool. I'm going to look into more of that. I don't know who's bruising blades. Yeah, it's like the people that do car meets. It's the knife meet people, huh? I'm going to have to mute my phone. That's lets me know somebody on Reddit just messaged me. But yeah, man, I think I'm going to get off here too this morning. I didn't have much to talk about this morning. And since the audio is not working correctly, it kind of makes me mad. I want to fix it. I don't want to do that on stream, but um, appreciate anybody that stopped by. Uh, come back tomorrow. I'll take a vote from the regular users on what time they want me to start. If they want me to start at 8 or 9. So let me ask you a question, Nick. What do you think of Metal Complex? Before we go, we'll discuss Metal Complex. Do you think he's a real knife guy, or do you think he fell into knives and kind of winged it? Because the vibe I get is he's not nearly into knives as much as Lefty or Neves Knives or Stassa. You've been with him from the beginning, huh? I mean, that's cool. I watch his videos, and I don't know the guy, so I can't really make any judgment calls on him. 100% the real deal. Okay, cool. You should be able to tell how long it takes for me to see your messages by the time when I respond. I don't know how many seconds. I mean, I know he's genuinely interested in knives, and I didn't know if maybe that was something that came on after he kind of. I mean, but you got to be into knives to start a channel in the first place, I guess. So I don't know why I thought maybe he was just kind of figured it out because of the YouTube thing, but I think his Instagram. Uh, yeah. I mean, he's talked about plenty of times how he would have complete rooms in his house full of knives if he kept everything that was sent to him. Or um, I've got a relationship with Vosteed. they sent me a knife. I had some posts on Reddit that went kind of big, and they messaged me on Reddit and asked me if I'd like some knives to review. Um, they sent me one. My channel was kind of small at that point, still kind of small, and I've not even really reached out to get like my affiliate codes or anything like that yet. I was going to wait till after I got over 1,000, which is, getting closer every day, before I go to like White Mountain Knives and try to get my 10% code or whatever. Um, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah, a Metal Complex. I know he gets. Oh yeah, Vosteed thing. They sent me a raccoon cub. Was it a raccoon cub? I believe, to do a review on. I did one. Yeah, man. The fact that he's able to give away those knives. I haven't watched his like live streams except a couple of times, and the ones I watched, which doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to on a stream, but the first one I joined, I happened to just join in when he was burping a bunch on camera, and I was like, okay. And I like the guy and all, but uh, he's a little goofy sometimes on his lives. I've watched a couple of lives. I mean, he's definitely a good guy. I can tell he's got a good heart, and I can tell that he, the way he gets excited about knives, and I really like his exclamation sometimes when he sees a knife, because it's just like me when I see a super cool knife. I'm like, wow, look at that, that's great, like, so he's super cool in that aspect. So I don't have any problems with the guy. He's like number one, I guess. So he's a topic of discussion for everyone a little bit when you're starting off in the YouTube knife game, I guess. Um, so that's the only reason I brought him up. I don't have a problem with him. I'm not going to try to beef with him to like grow my channel, because that's lame and that's stupid. And the knife guys are all too cool to like beef with any of them. Like they've all done so much to promote this hobby. Um, and I totally understand if you've been with the guy for 10 years. 9 years, like heck yeah. Uh, And like I said, the more people he brings into the knife world, the more cool people we get to interact with and help out and have conversations with and learn things from and teach things to, and all that. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna turn off this little window. It's kind of funny. OBS has got some pretty wild stuff that you can do with it. It's pretty advanced, and I'm just barely getting into it. Uh, but I do like it so far. And I'm figuring it out okay. I don't know if you saw my transitions, but I'm getting some of them worked out where that camera slides in. I think I've got Firefox where it slides in from the bottom, maybe. And I don't know why sometimes Firefox works and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it slides in from the bottom and the camera slides in from that side. But you can do all kinds of transitions, and I mean, you could run a full TV studio with OBS, like, what you can do that's just wild. 2016, 2017. Yeah, I didn't, 10 years seemed like a lot, but I wasn't going to say anything. I was trusting you. Shows we got 3 people in here. Nobody else is chatting with us. Uh, yep, I guess I'm going to sign off for today, guys. I really do appreciate you being here. Same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, -6 GMT. So if you know what time zone you're in according to GMT, you can adjust accordingly. It'd be 6 a.m. Pacific and 9 a.m. Eastern. So 8 a.m. Central. You know, a bunch of older guys get up early anyway, so I figured there'd be some Cali guys into knives that would get up at 6. Anyway, I've been talking too much. It's kind of boring now. I'm boring everyone, so I'm going to get off here. See y'all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great Monday. Start your week off right. Let me know in the comments what you're carrying today. Give me a thumbs up if you can, please. It helps the algorithm and gets I need to get my Instagram going and make sure I get it, because that'd be great promotion. If I uploaded all my shorts every day to Instagram as well, that would be probably good for my channel. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on getting a live audio from other people. We can all sit around here and chat knives. Y'all can tell me about the live knife scene and what's going on in it, and we can talk new knives, and I love doing that stuff. So we'll see you tomorrow morning. Everybody have a good one. Peace.